with a smile from cheek to cheek. Can't feel the fancy. That's where I'm gonna be. 'Cause now I'm shining, I'm hiding. I got a good thing on me. No, I can't hide it. And there's nothing up my sleeve. Oh, I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. I got all the magic in me. It ain't never gonna leave, ain't never gonna leave, no. Anything can happen, anything can happen, anything can happen, yeah, anything that makes me happy.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
Had to give myself a round of applause. Hey, hey, hey. Oh my gosh, pretty people. I love that song. I love that song. This is such an exciting time. Thank you so much for joining Pink Table Talk. I am your host, Pink Table Talk. Say it fast with me. I'm your host, Katrina Harris Earl, and I am excited to come to you today from Brentwood, California, and to be able to introduce you to an amazing woman. You are going to love her. You're going to love hearing about her. Now, I want to tell you, this is going to help everyone that lives in our pink world, but it is going to help everyone. So I'm giving you a moment to tag, especially tag your first lady girlfriends, tag people that you know that are young or mature entrepreneurs that are wanting to figure out what is the it factor that I need to add and mix in to this recipe to create additional success. I want you to tag those that just need to have a little fun and those that are perhaps looking to make some extra cash. So I'm going to bring her in now. Dorothy, go ahead and bring her in. And oh, at the end, we're going to do a cash drawing. So if you're watching, you get entered in the cash drawing. And if you are, there she is, there she is, there she is.
Hello, hello.
Oh my goodness. Welcome to Pink Table Talk.
Thank you,
Hey.
National Katrina. Hello, everybody.
Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. I said to you, Robyn, you look like the background was made for you. Okay. Like we learned from our leader, Gloria, she would always match the stage. Okay. I didn't tell
Exactly.
you, but you matched the stage today. So thank you for being here. I'm so excited. Tell us where you live and how was your day today?
Okay, well, thank you for having me. I live in Cleveland, Ohio. That is CLE 216. And yes, we are cheering our Browns on. Get excited.
I almost clapped, but then I had to catch myself. Oh my goodness. Is that where you're from? Like born and raised? Like where
Born
you from?
and raised.
Okay.
Born and raised.
Okay.
Mhm.
Got it. Well, we're going to get to
Yes.
know everything about you. What'd you say?
Oh, no, you said, what did I do today? So I was going to
Yes.
give a brief little summary. It was a busy day, y'all. Every day is a busy day. So got up bright and early, took Sanaya, my 13-year-old daughter, to school. She goes to a private Christian school. It's a little far, but it's so worth it. And after that, came home, worked my business, had some freedom and flexibility to get some other things done for the family. And then I rushed in here for the Pink Table Talk because I just got back from choir practice.
I mean, I did not know that you were a songwriter, a musician. I said, Robyn is a real first lady, like you all the way. Okay. People look at me and say, can you sing? I'm like, no. Okay. Only in the shower. Girl, how long have you been a song? I mean, you just came out of the womb or did your parents put you in music school? What was that like?
Yes. So at the age of 7, I started to learn how to play the piano. And
Wow.
so every single week, Reverend Camp would come over to the house and teach my sister and I, my older sister, how to play the piano. And I had my little challenges. Like I didn't want to practice throughout the week or anything like that. But music was like always in me.
Uh-huh.
And I would, make up songs and make my younger sister, perform them. I would do plays and I would create costumes and have garbage bags all over her, just crazy stuff. And then I ended up going to the music settlement as a teenager, the Cleveland Music Settlement,
Wow.
and worked with various jazz artists. And I stopped playing the piano and kind of put my music aside. I would say from 18 all the way to 30.
Wow.
All the way to 30. And then at the age of 30, I said a prayer and I asked God to just give it all back to me. And I would play, and sing for his glory. And so that's what I did. And I became the minister of music at our church. And that's been over a decade.
Wow. One of my mamas is watching, Christine Hill. I know she's watching, and her family is the most creative family. My BFF, Tracy Fisher, all of them music talented, just coming out, playing and singing. I'm like, I didn't have any of that. That's just not that side of the brain. God didn't bless me with, but I could work some technology, right? So we all have gifts.
You got so much.
So you already started telling us about you. That was going to be my first question. Is Robyn, the early years, what else would you add in addition to music and church, just to let us get to know a little bit about you and who you are now today?
As a child, very, very independent. So it's four siblings, and I am the second oldest. So 3 girls and 1 boy. And just my parents would say that I was just like their child that required a lot of attention. Okay. And they gave it to me. So, my husband would say that I was spoiled rotten. And I think he's right. So that's who I was as a child, just really, really bold, really, really courageous. Just to tell you a quick story, my uncles whom I was very close to, tons and tons of uncles. I would be the teacher. I would make them be the student. We're talking about grown men, have them in a room, and I would boss them around, tell them what to do. And they went with the flow and they just cracked up and just laughed at me. So that's who Robyn Barnwell. Well, that was Robyn Sullivan. Yes.
We would have been best friends. I mean, it kind of sounds like you're talking about me. That is pretty unbelievable. And you know what? People say some people say, folk, when you're going to spoil that child, you're going to spoil that child rotten. I was spoiled, and we are both confident together. I think self-confidence, as long as you have a great parenting and you're surrounded with love and you're allowed to make mistakes without being afraid. I mean, spoil them kids. Now, spoiled doesn't always mean giving them everything they want, and certainly not letting them eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Because that shows up on the other end. But spoil them kids, because the world is not going to spoil you, right? So get spoiled at home. So, all right. So move us in to Robyn coming as an adult, getting married, having kids. Like, tell us about that.
Okay. So let me share this with you, that Robyn, one of the challenges that she did experience was teenage pregnancy. And that's something that not a lot of people know. But I'm open to that conversation, because I love to encourage young women, single mothers as well. And so many statistics, and people say, oh, she's not going to graduate from high school. So I was 18 and I did graduate from high school, and I did go on to college right away. I took my daughter with me, and I was just always a make a way, find a way, figure it out, prove them wrong. But, so I was the first sibling to graduate from college. I attended Barnwell College right here in Berea, Ohio. I had Tiara, my daughter, with me on campus. And then I started commuting, because I was like, you know what? I have more help at home than I have here. Why am I doing this? And so graduated with a speech communication degree, and focus was broadcasting. Always wanted to be the anchor woman on the news. And so I did do different internships with, television stations, and I did a little bit of radio. But being a single mother, I was just like, oh, this money is not going to work. So my senior year in college, I started working at the phone company, and that was like the most money I ever made. It was Ameritech, then it was SBC Global, and then it was AT&T. And so working there, and just, it wasn't the easiest job. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I always say, people who worked at the phone company, at least the one I was at, you can do anything. If you made it through and you survived, listen, you can do it. There's nothing.
I have some friends that have told those stories, so I maybe know a little bit about it.
Yes, absolutely. And so I met my husband, and I'll tell you this little story too, because it goes back to that confidence. When I met him, we were at a sports bar. So the first time I met him, I didn't really meet him, but I watched him all night. But I saw he was there with another lady. So I was just like, I can't do that. Nope, not doing that. Won't talk to her. Won't talk to him. And so my girlfriend and we were checking him out, and she was, complimenting him. I said, that's mine. That's mine. So didn't say anything to him that night. Well, the very next month, went back to the same sports bar. It was called In the Woods, y'all. And went up to the bar, and I was with my girlfriends. They knew him. I'm like, yes. So they're talking to him. They're talking about this other club, and they're like, okay, how did you enjoy it? It was like brand new. And he said there wasn't enough women there for him. These are the first words I ever spoke to him. I said, you know what? You only need one. And she's standing right here. Hello.
A pickup line. Oh my goodness. I know when you guys stand up in the pulpit and tell that story, it's like, okay, because everybody can relate. Okay, let's be clear. Everybody didn't meet their husband at the church house.
From the club to the church. Seriously.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So your professional background, Robyn, I mean, you are at the top of your game in our business, $1 million director. But before there was a Mary Kay, there was Robyn Barnwell, the executive. So what were you doing as an executive, and how was that experience?
So I worked for 2 Fortune 500 companies, and one was the phone company. So entry level, graduated from college, they offered me a full-time job. Now, this was not where I planned to be. I was supposed to be on TV, but I'm just like, okay, I'm looking at the money. I'm a single mother. Okay, we need to go ahead and do this. And so I moved up to the executive level. My last position there was a corporate events manager. And when products would roll out, I know you guys heard it, DSL and Uverse. I mean, this is
Oh
way
my
back.
gosh. You're taking us way back.
Way back. So, but I rolled those products out in the community, doing huge events, fun events, themed events. We had a huge ice cream truck that was, just digital, all kind of television and technology. I mean, it was just amazing. Kids would come out because we'd have, the inflatables for them and popcorn machines and all of that. So I'd go into the community and introduce products. I would go into the mobile stores, introduce products as well. So I had my position eliminated twice there, due to mergers, as the name kept changing, and then they would eliminate my position. So I really, really felt like I was just a number, and that was not okay with me. The second time it happened, I was not able to find a position with the phone company. So I started looking outside of there, and I went with a bank at their corporate office. Started 2 months later, they promoted me another to leadership. Another 2 years later, they promoted me to the employee engagement manager. And so I did different HR tasks. It was in our risk management department, and it was probably about maybe 100 plus employees there. And so I just wanted to make sure that they enjoyed coming to work, and also moving up the career path as well. And so I made it fun. And I created different programs just to keep them engaged. I was over the new hires coming in and their training piece and onboarding and all of that. And so I truly, I loved what I did. I loved it national, and I wanted to stay there. But guess what? They did a merger. They eliminated my position too. So 3 strikes and
Not
you're
in your
out.
control. There you go.
Okay.
I mean, how many people say I love what I do, I love what I do, I love what I do, but they don't love you enough to keep your job? Okay.
Right.
Hello. I
Right.
mean, wow. So how did you transition from that to this? Did you always know you wanted to be an entrepreneur? With never, never, never? Like, how did that go down?
Okay. So we'll rewind. Let's go back to college. At the Black Student Alliance house, there was a beauty consultant. Mary Kay came and did a party. I loved it. It was so much fun. I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, like, really, seriously, she's making money doing this? And so afterwards, after she took my money and I bought the miracle set, I went up to her and I asked her, I said, okay, how much did you make? And it was like about $300. And I'm thinking, like, okay, 1 hour, 300, and I'm doing work study and I'm hardly making anything. So I came into the business at that point, 1994 to 1995. I loved Mary Kay so much. Listen, I was really done with school. Like, Mary Kay was fun. School wasn't. Okay. The meetings, oh my goodness, I loved it. So excited.
Party.
And I made a decision. I was like, okay, Robyn, if you don't finish college, your daddy, he's going to kill you. So I made a decision. I was going to stop my Mary Kay at that time. But I was moving fast. I'd already built a team of 5, and my goal was to go on target for the candy apple red Grand Am. Okay. Yeah. So I didn't think about, I used Mary Kay since 1994 all the way today, head to toe. Love our products, but I didn't think about it for the business whatsoever until my 3rd position was eliminated at the bank. And it's so funny because a couple months before that, before it happened in October, the end of October, I joined Mary Kay, October 30th, 2014. And I was going around the office and I was telling them, they were complaining, all of my, colleagues. I said, listen, I'm getting ready to earn a career card and be a sales director with Mary Kay. So I didn't care. So I had my plan, and my plan was going to work. And I told my husband, listen, give me 6 months. I'm coming out of here. Because, sometimes you're treated a different type of way, and the politics and, and I just really had enough of that. So I made my decision, and then they eliminated my position, and I was not going back.
Mm,
Okay, it had to work. It had to work. Took those stumbling blocks, turned them into stepping stones.
wow, that is so good. And again, parallel for us. But the difference is, was from a nonprofit background, and I could see the writing on the wall. And I became a sales director and earned my car. And then 6 months later, my department and position was eliminated. So many people, that's their story. I want to. We definitely want to talk about some of the challenges that you have dealt with. But before that, I want to talk a little bit more about ministry. At what
Okay.
point, when you got married, was your husband pastor? Did you know you were stepping into that position? Um, how did ministry at this level come about for you?
Okay, so no, I had no idea that I was gonna that this is where I would be. However, um, my husband is a third generation pastor. His grandfather, his father. So I should have known, right? Exactly. And it's so funny. We would always, when we were dating, we would talk about it on our way back from the club. We're gonna
Young
get it right
kids, young kids.
someday, but not now. But we are. We're gonna get, and that's what we would do after we come back. Just
Everybody in the club ain't doing bad stuff. Let's just say some people just like to
that's
dance.
right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Exactly. And I was one of, and I still am. I love to dance. Yes. So we, he accepted his call, and his, father. Like I said, it's probably amongst all of them. It's probably over 70 years.
Mm, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a rich legacy.
Hmm.
And in 2019, um, he accepted his call. He was installed as the pastor, and then we went into a pandemic. Get excited.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yes,
Yes, been there. But now I see and hear and watch, love following you on Facebook, especially on Sundays. Both of us type what our husbands say for the pulpit, right?
right.
So we get some of our best quotes from our
Hmm.
spouse and our covering in our house. And so just
Right.
a blessing to be able to do that. What would you say to women? Because I know both of us have a lot of First Lady girlfriends. We have a lot of women who are evangelists or very heavily involved in ministry. And let's just be clear that when that is your calling, that we all have a calling, and that God can use, and we all have kingdom work to do. But when
Yeah.
that is your calling and your what you do full time, a lot of times we can't entertain the thought of entrepreneurship. However, when you look at those disciples, you look at the Apostle Paul, you see they had a source of
That's right.
income. Let's be clear.
That's
So,
right.
what would you say? How has this business enhanced ministry, enhanced what you do as a first lady?
So, this business is a ministry for me.
Mhm.
And so I literally, I work them together. If she's interested in Mary Kay or beauty products, then as that relationship builds, now I'm inviting her in, or, maybe the Holy Spirit is leading me to pray with her, pray for her, encourage her.
Mhm.
So I love that. This is why I love Mary Kay. God first, family second, career third. It aligns
Mhm.
perfectly with my priorities,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
know. And so this is, you can be in deep in ministry and still have your business. You're taking God as your business partner. When you take God as your business partner, what may take somebody else all day to do, all month, all year, listen, it doesn't take you that at all.
Mhm.
Because you're putting God first. You're seeking first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
That
So,
part.
as believers, this is the season of this and that.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
don't have to pick and choose. We serve a God that has unlimited resources, and can do all things, specialize in the things that's impossible. So yes, you can work a full-time job and build your business. You
Mhm.
can work a full-time job and go to school. You can be in ministry, or a community leader, parents, grandparents, all of that. You can do it.
Mhm. And it's not like you take off one hat and put on another hat. That's the old way of thinking. We live in
Right.
such an authentic, people want authenticity. Who you
Mhm.
see in me is who I am. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's the same thing with you, Robin. I know. I mean, we could take this conversation and pop off of here and pop
Yes.
onto a women's ministry event, and the conversation would be very similar because
Mhm.
all women need confidence. They all need mentorship. They all need. Women have been mothered and managed, but they haven't been mentored. All women need mentorship, and all women, as women in ministry, we need to come alongside our spouses and strengthen them. And let's just be clear, money doesn't buy happiness, but it does strengthen a household. Okay, it's not the only thing, but when God is the center of everything you do, money magnifies what you're able to do, who you're able to impact, what and who you're
Right.
able to. It makes a difference in every way. And people who say that lie about, who disagree with that, lie about other things too. Okay,
Money
let's just be
answering
clear.
all things.
Absolutely. So, Robin, health challenges. I mean, when you talk about the obstacles, you mentioned teenage pregnancy. You mentioned having well, you talked to me about having a speech impediment, which I didn't
Yes.
know. What I do
Yes.
know is the major health challenges that you've dealt with. Can you just
Mhm.
talk about a little bit more about life's challenges and how you have navigated? Why doesn't it stop you like it stops so many people?
Mm. Okay. And I do want to talk really quick about the speech impediment. Can you believe that nobody understood me but my mother? That's it. She was like my translator. They're like, what is she saying? They call me Kim, still do. What is she saying? What is Kim saying? And my mother would have to translate. So just that right there, a huge obstacle because speaking is my gift.
Mm,
And here I had a speech impediment and was not able to be understood or to pronounce certain words. And but it's true, it truly is the gift that God has given me. So in 2018, my body became, it was started to be, racked with pain, unexplainable, and it was really in my fingertips. It was in my fingertips and in my toes, and we just didn't understand it. So I'm running back and forth to the doctor, and they're kind of putting a band-aid on it, with maybe giving me a little medication, but didn't go away. So I ran to the emergency room like 4 times that week. I'll never forget. I'm up all night. My husband's with me. He's praying with me, and we're quoting scripture. And the pain was so bad, I'm literally running around the house.
mm,
Okay. So finally, it got so out of control. The fourth time, he took me to the emergency room. Before he could stop the car, the car's rolling. I ran out of
mm,
the car into the emergency room, ran into the emergency room for help. So I was admitted at that point. They didn't know what was going on. They thought that they were going to have to do a surgery, but they had no idea. So I spent like about 7 days in one hospital. They were clueless. They called another hospital, Cleveland Clinic, and they said that they had some options for me. I got there, but they had no options.
mm,
They continued to do the same thing. So 20 days in the hospital, 15 of those days on 4 narcotics: Dilaudid, fentanyl, oxycodone, and morphine. Okay, isn't that just crazy right there? All of them at the exact same time, and the pain still every 2 hours would hit back so strong. And that went on for a total of 15 days. Nobody knew what to do. And God has showed me in a dream what was going on, that the different heads of the department, you've got vascular, you've got rheumatology, pulmonology, I mean, just all of the different heads of the department, they couldn't agree. And so he showed me that. And I shared it with my mother. And then a doctor came in finally and confirmed that. He says, there's so many emails flying around here about you. You just have no idea. But on a whiteboard, he explained everything to me. And I was at the stage before amputation, okay, of my finger. These didn't even look like fingers, y'all. You couldn't even recognize them. So once I got home, and I just really quick, how I was delivered from that, it was the word of God. I stood on the word. My heart rate had went up to 165. My mother, being a nurse, 50 years, still a nurse, y'all. And she said, you know what, take her off everything. She was like, because she cannot continue on with her heart rate like this. And they did. And I was so scared. Nurses were scared, doctors, everyone, because they knew the routine. I'd been there for so long. 1 a.m. that morning, the nurse said, "Hey, do you want us to call? Do you want us to page the doctor?" I said, yes. And immediately I heard the scripture, "For I haven't given you the spirit of fear, but of power and love and of a sound mind." I told her no, because I was saying yes out of what it was and thinking that is what it would be. But God was doing something new. And when I told her no, from that point on, I never experienced any pain. But once I got home, I was diagnosed with 3 rare autoimmune disorders. And one led to interstitial lung disease.
Robyn, when you went on and had your one of your best years in Mary Kay and became $1 million director, which means that your unit retailed over $1 million at the same time, I just remember how many times we were praying for you during that year alone. I mean, were you in the hospital right when in June when it was crossing over, or when? Like
No,
what?
but I was in a medical crisis from February 2021 until the $1 million finish, June 2021.
Oh my
I
gosh!
was
And so,
this was the second one that it hit. Yes.
so no one would have said, if you had said, "I can't do it," everybody would have said, "We got it. We understand it."
Right.
Clearly, it's your fortitude, and clearly, it's your prayer, your walk, all that are praying for you, and your understanding of Scripture and how to speak it over your life. What else would you tell people in continuing to keep going? Did you learn how to, you know, release and let go? Did you have extra help? Did you, I mean, like, what all did you have to do to be able to get something of that magnitude done while your health is, you're just trying to be well from moment to moment?
So pray, fight, push. God
Mhm.
gave me those words. Pray without ceasing. Pray. When you pray, make sure that you believe. Fight. There are going to be some times where you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to throw in the towel. And then to push past any obstacle that comes your way. And so this was like a low, low, low point that I had reached where literally I was at muscle death. I was not even able to barely lift a leg or roll over.
Mhm.
Um, and then my lungs were attacked, so I was not able to breathe either. I was having difficulty breathing, and so I'm just in the bed. My mom is helping me get in the tub, all of that. But God gave me, I said, "Lord, you're going to have to do something," and so he gave me the words, and just saying those words to myself like was getting me through, and then putting those words into action was getting me through. And the second thing is your mind, your mind, your mind. Our number one earner, our Gloria Mayfield Banks, the greatest of all time, she told me, she said, "Robyn," she said, "this million, your body, it has nothing to do with your body, but
Mhm.
it has all to do with your mind." She
Mm.
says, "You're already $1 million sales director. It's going to happen
Mm.
regardless to what's going on in your body." And
Mhm.
so, you know what? It's wonderful to have mentors like Gloria, like you, National, and all of our Magic Nationals that speak into us, speak life, because you can breathe life into somebody, or you can do the complete opposite. I
Mhm.
hung on those words
Mhm.
and I believe them. And it's so true. It did not require a lot of physical work from me, but it required a lot of mind work. I believed it. You couldn't tell me that I was not $1 million sales director. I did a 369 manifestation of it. Morning, 3 times I wrote it, 6 times in the noon I wrote it, 9 times at night I wrote it. My mind was made up. It was made up. And I'm also really a committed person. I love people, and I wanted to bring that gift to Gloria as
Mhm.
she graduated. That was the gift that I wanted to bring her. So it was bigger than me, and it was also about making that history. It was also letting other women know that you can do it. That don't allow life to stop you
Mhm.
from your dreams and your goals.
Mhm.
So yeah, that it was
Woo.
huge. It was huge. It
Oh
was
my
exciting.
gosh. You said a whole lot. I know there are women that are just here to see if they win some cash, but this, I know everybody is inspired. I learned that 369 manifestation from you. And of course, we share the same mentor who she's right now in Kazakhstan, mentoring the entire
Yes.
country with Mary Kay. And I was married in her home, and she just What would you do if we weren't in Mary Kay? How would our life be different just
I
because of the
know.
girlfriends, the mentorship, the people that speak into your life when you're at your lowest moment, when you're challenged? Y'all, you have no idea the reason that God has you on this podcast, whether you're watching live or whether you're going to watch the replay, because this is going to live on and on and on. But there's a reason. God is in the timing, right? There's
Yes.
a chronos time, which is the time on the calendar right now, and then there's a kairos moment when my recruiter, Tammy, offered this opportunity to me on February 14th, 1991. That was a kairos moment. That's a moment in time where your life shifts. I mean, I met my husband because of Mary Kay. I um, have been able to retire my dad because of Mary Kay. My mama retired early because of Mary Kay. It's so much bigger than Mary Kay. We love the woman herself. We're celebrating her. It's our 60th anniversary. But this business can shift generations. It can shift
Absolutely.
generations. I mean, it can help you break curses and break
That's right.
habits that have been going on and on and on that have held you back for so long. And it's really because the people you hang around, right? The things that
Hmm.
the
Yep.
conversations we have are uncommon conversations, right? The
Right.
girlfriends we have, uncommon girlfriends.
Hmm.
So as we close, why is Mary Kay right for right now? Like, talk to us about Mary Kay right now. We are living in this virtual world. We still do kitchen
Yep.
table. We
Right.
still meet in the living room. But
Hmm.
baby, right about now, I don't know. You came from choir rehearsal, so you may have a whole outfit on. But let's just be clear. I am only dressed from the top up. I mean, my wig is covered, but it's not. I wouldn't wear this outside. So
Right.
you're working
Right.
in a virtual world. So why is Mary Kay right for the entrepreneur, the first lady, the minister, why is Mary Kay right now? Right for now.
Well, I'm going to share four things: increased income,
Mhm.
income potential. Right now, everything is increasing, but is your salary increasing? You
Mhm.
know, are you still getting those small percentage raises? I love that I'm able to literally create. I can create what it is that I want to see. I just projected my check, okay, this morning. Get excited. So I
Who does that in
begin,
corporate America? Nobody's projecting their check.
yeah,
Okay.
I began with the end in mind. And so definitely increased income, income potential, freedom and flexibility. Um, I'm able to take my daughter to school. I'm able to pick her up. Before working in corporate America, somebody had to do all of that for me. I can make, my family a priority. I have a great aunt that's 101. I'm able to go and visit her throughout the day. And guess what? I can work my business right from my parents' house
Mhm.
and spend time with her.
Mhm.
So I remember with my grandmother, was so just near and dear to my heart. But I was there when others was punching the clock and they could not be there. I was there. I was an advocate with her all the way from hospital to hospice. So
Mhm.
that freedom and flexibility is just unmatched, being your own boss. And um, self development, you touched on that, self growth.
Mhm.
I'm always sharpened.
Mhm.
I won't plateau.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
won't plateau because my girlfriends are always making me better. Okay,
Mhm.
National Katrina stretches me with this technology every time. I'm like, Robyn, you're gonna get this. You're gonna. So, I mean, and it's just wonderful that we can take and put all of our gifts together, mix it up, and just do amazing things.
Mhm.
The last thing that I would share that Mary Kay is right for right now, the positive relationships,
Mhm.
priceless. Girlfriends, lifetime. Aunties for my daughters. Um, that right there, I just can't even begin to unfold the girlfriends that have come and listen. And they used to people I heard people say, if you get one real friend in your life, then you are blessed. Well, listen, I got so many, right? Don't we? National, we can't
Yeah.
we can't even we can't even count them. And guess what? They're all over the
The
United
world
States, the
and the world.
world, the world. Seriously.
Yeah.
So that is so important to me. I love that piece.
Mm. It is so good. Yeah, I mean, literally all over the world. I just had Mary Kay's sister from Singapore. That was the last place that I traveled pre-pandemic, and she just was here in San Francisco. We hung out. And so literally Mary Kay all over the world, Germany, UK, I mean, Switzerland, you name it. It's really unbelievable. Well, I want to thank everybody for hanging out here. And we just have some last things to share. We're going to give a product offer, and it's always related to our guest's favorite product. So, Robyn, I know you like a lot of product, and I know you sell some skincare because you keep it simple. Okay. But what
Yes.
is your favorite product today? What's your favorite product today?
It's the oil-free eye makeup remover. If I don't have that, like seriously, it's crazy. And then don't let me go out of town and leave it at home.
Oh my gosh.
That is
Me
just
too.
a must have.
I used to take off my eye makeup, my lipstick. I mean, it's just a must. And as much as this product was our best selling product before, it's new and improved now. So it's even lighter. It's like, how did they do that? But the formula now, it was amazing before, but it's even less oily. Like there's something
Yes.
in it that just whoop, whoop, it comes off. So the special today, first of all, we're going to show you our holiday line. Pop that holiday line up there, Dorothy, really quickly. This holiday line, make sure and make an appointment with your beauty consultant to check out this new holiday line, our new miracle set, our body care, and so forth. Now, we know this video will live on past holiday, so it will be whatever is new and limited edition. But right now, today with the special, if you get at least put the special up, Dorothy. What did I say? $59 of our limited edition collection. So it's our holiday collection now, or whatever the collection is out when you watch this video. Because this was so good, I'm gonna make sure it lives on forever. $59 of that, you get our new and improved eye make remover 50% off. Okay, our new and improved eye make remover 50% off. And I just want to share with you real quickly here as I bring this up. What does it look like in Mary Kay? Just 5 quick fun facts. We talked about how we make our money. It's 50%, 50%. Your beauty consultant, you make half. That's what you need to know. Flexibility, you get to do this whenever you choose and whenever you want to. A dual marketing concept, that this is not multi-level or get rich quick scheme. It's you and Mary Kay, and you make the same percentage commission as myself and Robyn. It's collaboration. We talk so much about that. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. It is the opportunity to earn the use of cars. We both have earned a lot of cars. Get excited. And if you want to, Mary Kay can pay your car note and you could take the cash. And then rewards. We didn't even talk about cars, trips, diamonds. It sounds too good to be true, but we got everything on that right there. We got all that. Okay. And so how do you get started, you guys? Right now, Mary Kay has a special. It's only $25 to get started with Mary Kay. And then you have the opportunity to upgrade for $35 with some extra goodies, or for our full pro start for $75. Check this out. Tell us what you think in the chat. And I love it. You just might be our next pink Cadillac driver. That is so true, so true. So, Robyn, thanks for joining today. We're going to end with a drawing. Dorothy is going to pop this wheel up, and we're going to pop that thing and see who wins. So, Dorothy, spin the wheel, baby. Spin the wheel. Let's see. Let's see. Now, it looks like there's tons of people, but a lot of people have multiple entries. So a lot of people's names are in here 10 times, 30 times. So it could be the same person in there 30 times. So let's see. And I think my assistant forgot to tell me it's going to be 3 names. So I got to make sure I read them in order. Let me see. Yeah, the winner. I love technology. It's like, is it going to stop spinning? Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Dorothy, she forgot to tell me. The first name is the consultant in the Cheryl Honesty unit, and Shelly Daniels is the winner. Did I say that correctly?
Correct.
Okay.
Shelly Daniels is the winner.
Excellent. So what we are doing this month, and y'all, I get to make my own rules, but I forgot what the rules are. So the winning this month, I believe we're splitting it. I gotta remember. So I believe that cash is being split between the beauty consultant and the guest. So congratulations, Cheryl Honesty's unit, for winning, and we are so excited. Robyn, this was a blast, baby. It was a blast.
Yes, yes, it was. Thank you so much for having me.
Excellent. Lots of work to do um, as we continue to reach out, continue to touch lives, and continue to do things. But it's great that we get to do what we love and love what we do. Thanks for being on the pink table, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye bye.